What's up, guys? So today we're going to be talking about the new Steam controller. The news just dropped today that is going to be $100. Oh my goodness, that is a little bit steep in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie. And I bought in. I have a Steam Deck. I kind of really like the design of the Steam machine. I definitely want the Steam frames. Those are going to be ridiculously expensive if this is anything to go by, though. So that kind of sucks in my opinion, but I have actually, used the trackpads on the Steam Deck, and like the thumbsticks are different apparently compared to the Steam Deck, but just the overall value, I can kind of tell where this is going. I don't know if the triggers are going to be like mostly similar to the controller, but I can tell you like the button presses on the ABXY, the start and select button that it has, those all feel great in my opinion. The trackpads, if they're haptic feedback like these, it's actually really cool experience, especially if you're playing a game not really meant for controller, um on your PC or on your couch or whatever. When you're using a Steam Deck, like it's definitely a cool experience. It's definitely a better experience than your traditional controller, but $100. I know that because of certain things that's going on in the world right now, things are a lot more expensive. I'm not gonna go too deep into that because I don't like talking about that kind of shit on the channel. Um, but like the RAM shortages, you know, all the things to make hardware are getting more expensive right now, and that's pretty insane, especially, realizing it's $100. And pre-orders drop May 4th. I don't know if that means we're getting it like 3-4 weeks after, maybe, or if it's just going to be pre-order and then, oh, we'll give you the release date once we have it, sort of deal. So those are kind of things that I'd like to clear up. I do think I'm gonna skip this release. Originally, I did have it on my wish list. I was actually pretty excited that they were making their own controller because, I've been using this controller for the past, oh, I don't even know, like 5-6 years at this point. This controller's seen a lot of love, a lot of games, and it's wired too, so I have to stay pretty close to my PC when I play this. And like I was hoping the Steam machine would be a great replacement for this. Or not the machine, the controller would be a great replacement for this, but I don't know, $100 is way too much. I do like the puck idea, the plug and play controller puck. That's really cool. The fact that it can charge it as well as like host up to 4 controllers at once, according to reviews. That's really cool. I like that a lot. The magnetic thumbsticks that don't wear out nearly as quickly as most traditional thumbsticks that you see with stick drift. I like that they're challenging like the industry to go a little bit further with that and actually like, make a solution for that. Um Most of the information that I've gotten about the Steam controller that you don't see on the screen here, I watched the Linus Tech Tips review on that, so sourcing kind of comes from there. Controller comfort, trackpads, you know, it's a good looking controller in my opinion. It's definitely a contender for something I would look at, but for $100, I'm expecting like premium. Because like once you go to a controller that's $100, like you're running into problems with like the scuff controllers and back when Xbox had the Elite controllers, those were like 150 area. Like you're getting about that price point. I do like that they didn't go higher. I could definitely see them going higher for this new technology with the trackpads and everything. Um, but I don't know, man. This is it's a lot of money. It's a big ask for consumers, especially, Steam controller, the original. Um, some people loved it, some people hate it, some people swear by it. I actually tried to source one just to see if I could try it at one point, but it had been years since they've been released, so like they're actually like really big collector's items now. So, I won't say there's not a market for this because there definitely is, especially for people who have Steam Decks and want to get the Steam machine or the Steam frame. Um, there's a market for it. I think people will break down eventually and try it out, but if Steam's setting this precedent for their hardware in terms of the pricing going into it, I can see a lot of people just saying like, I know PlayStation doesn't allow me to do XYZ, but they're they're way cheaper than Steam or Xbox sort of deal. So I see this as a win-lose situation. It really just depends on how much, consumers want to take the hit on this, because I don't see this going well for Valve at all in terms of initial units sold. I could see like the diehard fans definitely being like, yes, $100, no problem, Gabe, here's my wallet sort of deal. I could also see it from the frame of, you know, you save so much money on your games on Steam, they're trying to make it up in their hardware, which I get, but from what also I see going on in the world right now with supply chain issues with electronics and whatnot, this might still be a loss for them. So I don't know what their strategy is. I'm hoping it goes okay for them, because if this becomes a flop, that's the first of the three hardwares they announced recently. They're planning a Steam Deck too. Like, we this has got to go well for them, or else their entire product line is going to be like, too expensive, didn't buy, and then nobody buys it, nobody reviews it. So this is definitely going to be something that's either a completely like far future purchase for me, or just not at all, because there are things like $30-$40 Xbox controllers that plug into my PC and work just as good. So hopefully Valve does well with this. I'm really, really rooting for them, but as much as I am a diehard fan of Valve and I bought a Steam Deck and all that sort of stuff, I don't see myself making a $100 controller purchase at this point. There's just too much that I could put that into elsewhere. Forza Horizon 6 is coming out next month. And that's like $120. There's a bunch of games this year that are coming out that I really, really want to get. The Metal Gear Solid series is finishing on PC finally. Metal Gear Solid 4 and Peace Walker are coming out. Um, yeah, I just don't see myself using this controller anytime soon. And that kind of makes me upset, because, like, it looks cool. I would definitely use it, but for $100, that's just too much, man. So, anyway, like the video if you like it. Don't if you don't. I appreciate y'all watching and kind of going through this news with me. Um, Let me know how you like this style. It's not live, so if you like me doing more content like this, let me know. But anyway, have fun, guys.